Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane and today we're having a look at Celer network. Before we get this video started, allow me to declare this video is not financial advice. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes. Now the first thing I'd like to have a look at is Celer network itself. Celer network is a layer 2 scaling platform. It aims to enable fast, easy, and secure off-chain transactions for payments and generalize off-chain smart contracts. The project mission is to bring mass adoptions for blockchain by providing a frictionless experience powered by layer 2 scalability technology. This is quite unique because when it generalizes off-chain smart contracts, that's really unique in itself. But including layer 2 scaling, that's a really smart approach. It's a really modern approach. It's really future-proofing as an approach. The Celer network enables anyone to quickly build, operate, and use highly scalable, decentralized applications through innovations in off-chain scaling technology and incentive-aligned crypto economy mechanisms that are designed specifically for this purpose. Now the Celer team has launched Celer X, and that's an application that showcases the quick transactions process on the Celer network. It also features a dedicated software developers kit. As of the time of making this video, Celer token is an ERC20 token on Ethereum serving multiple functions such as for multiple incentive systems and for services and transaction fee to off-chain service providers. So everything that we just went through, let's just go over it one more time. What do we know about Celer network? It's a layer 2 scaling platform. That's one that enables fast, easy, and secure off-chain transactions for payments and generalize off-chain smart contracts. Not to mention, the Celer team also created Celer X, and that's a testnet app to showcase the quick transaction processes on Celer network. Now, when Celer coin was issued, it was priced at 0.0067 cents. That's ridiculously low. Quite incredibly, the total supply of token currently sits at 10 billion, and the current circulating supply currently sits at 5.9 billion. Now the price itself is priced at 15 cents per coin. Considering that this token started at 0.0067 cents, it's done extremely well. Now later in this video, I will go through the ecosystem of Celer network. We'll go through the layer 2 financing, we'll go through the C-Bridge, Celer, software developer kits. We've got a lot to cover, but before we can do any of this, I really want to touch on the price analysis and a price prediction during this video. So let's get into that right now. Now what we're having a look at here is a simple chart of the market for Celer network, and this is actually since July. This was just at the end of July, and the reason I'm going from here is because this was one of the lowest points in the price of Celer in the last year itself. But this is an important part for Celer because from here the price almost doubled. Now when I say doubled, I mean doubled 15-16 days later, halfway through August. The price went from a low of 0.025 cents to a price of 0.053 cents. That's quite impressive. More than doubled its price, its market capitalization, and the volume and growth. There's a huge continuation because actually where we are right now, in the last few days, especially around the 26th of September, we are in new price discovery territory, which is really good, really unique. It's a really good place to be because this is where I can make my price prediction. Now, considering that the price actually got to 19 cents, that's quite remarkable. It's quite impressive. So I definitely think before the end of this year that it can hit between 30 cents and 40 cents. And I'll explain why I think this, mostly because one, the volume is here. the growth is strong, and you can see that since the end of July, the growth has been extremely strong and it's been consistently growing with strength. Obviously, we've had moments of waves. We've definitely had volatilities, and we've definitely had plenty of pullbacks. There's no doubts about that. But we've seen plenty of strengths, especially currently in the latter parts of this month, September. As on the 18th of September, we've seen that the price fell from 12 cents to around 0.08 cents. That was a big hit. In fact, throughout this entire chart since the end of July, that's one of the biggest hits that it's taken. Now, what we begun to notice around this latter part in September is that it shows real strength. Yeah, so in the latter parts of September, we've seen a lot of strength, mostly because when a crypto takes such a big hit in the price and it actually turn around to recover, but actually go for a new all-time high and new price discovery, that is really significant. That shows real strength. And this is my understanding. Its growth to 15 cents. How exactly did it do this? One of the many things that caught my attention is that there's been plenty of development in the Celer network community. The system, their infrastructure, there's been plenty of development, which actually leaves me quite excited. Earlier this year, back in April, they went through the Layer 2 Finance mainnet launch and a democratized DeFi and simple and zero fee transmission. This was extremely good because this was the launch of the mainnet. This was huge, but this was earlier this year. Now in July, they actually went through the Celer EC bridge launch, and this was very important, and I'll explain why. This was a seamlessly bridging cross-chain and cross-layer liquidity. This was a great addition to the Celer network and the Celer ecosystem. But understand, this was in the latter parts of July, 22nd of July. And this is precisely around the time that Celer price started to make a real change. The latter parts in July, Celer started to make some major change. Celer network kept on building, but the volume kept on being added to the crypto market itself. People kept on buying the crypto, and that's how the price eventually rise to 14. And that's how the price eventually rise to 19 cents as we are recently. 15 cents as we are right now making this video. So now that we understand how the price movements were triggered, perhaps we understand how the price difference and changes actually occurred. What actually triggered these changes in the market? Now this might have had something to do with the C-Bridge 2.0, the coherent blockchain interoperability that was powered by the State of Guardian network. This was huge. This was published on the 22nd of this month. And let's take a look at what happened on the 18th of this month, a huge price crash. But the price recovered just around the 22nd of this month. Is that coincidence? I don't think so. Now, something that's critical to understand is that a bearish market is on the approach. Right now in the crypto market and in the traditional financial market as well, overall, a lot of crypto, a lot of shares and stocks have been losing their value and taking out their money out of the market after making their profits, of course. So we're on the horizon to a bearish market. Now we just went for a nice bull market, and that was mostly in August. That was primarily in August and September, early September, which was great, lasts for almost a couple of months. But now, how could a bearish market actually affect Celer network? Now, I do believe that this bearish market that do approach, I do believe that this has already taken an effect on Celer network, specifically around the 18th to the 22nd of this month. We've seen that there was a price crash. Obviously, this wasn't just on Celer network. This affected Bitcoin. This affected Ethereum. It even affected the S&P 500. It wasn't just Celer network. Plenty of other crypto had similar effects. You can see for yourself that this is Bitcoin. This is the price of Bitcoin. And around the 22nd of this month, that was one of the biggest price crash for Bitcoin. in the recent few months, it actually hit 40 grand, $40,693. Bitcoin has not been at that price since June. Bitcoin has not been at 40 grand since June for Celer Network. If anything, I think Celer Network and other low volume altcoin and cryptocurrency and tokens, I think they had an early effect of this crash before Bitcoin did. It's going to have a negative effect first. It's obviously going to be the cryptos with lower volume, lower investments. They're going to have a much bigger impact in their price. But still, that's how the financial market works. When people are selling their valuables, and it's the same thing that goes for cryptos and stocks and shares for investments, they start with the cheapest things, the things that are worth the less. These two cryptos, they hold different values. Even if the price is equal to the same, the values are different, which means investors understand this, and this is why they sell. So low volume cryptocurrencies, similar to Celer Network, they have a huge effect before Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the market. I still think that Celer can hit at least $30 before the end of the year. It got super close to $20. In fact, it was on the knife edge of $20, super close. Exactly 30 days ago, the price was just around 0.048 cents. Now, there's plenty more to go through on the Celer Network, especially through their blogs, their news, their updates. I'll probably go through a couple of these things during this video, but if you'd like me to do any more research on Celer Network, you're going to have to let me know in the comments below. Let me know if I should make another video on Celer, going even more in depth in the recent news. First thing to understand is the layer 2.finance v0.1 mainnet that was launched. This was earlier this year, obviously, but it's still important that Celer Network launched its mainnet. This is a huge thing for any crypto. Now, they've said that in the initial launch, they supported the DeFi protocols on Ethereum, Compound, AV, and Curve, with a plan to continuously add more and more at a much lower cost. Users can deposit funds to AV for lending, to Compound for combined lending and automatically compound yielding farms, and the Curve 3 pool for combined liquidity, providing an automatic Curve yield farming. Well, mostly because of their layer 2.finance. Basically, they want to allow people to experience the significantly lowest costs. And they're happy to announce that the layer 2 transaction via layer 2.finance will completely be free for all users for the first 60 days after v0.1 launch. This was huge. Not to mention the gas fee charge for deposits from Ethereum layer 1 to layer 2 is not much more than a simple ERC20 transfer. We want to stay true to our spirit for opening the DeFi world to a wider audience and making it more accessible for current communities. Overall, this is good. This came with other news as well, such as a zero knowledge rollup version. As layer 2.finance accumulates users and add dynamic and volatile DeFi strategies, the time of aggregation will reduce, and challenge period presence in the optimistic rollup will start to become a bigger portion of the total latency to address low latency requirements for a broader spectrum of strategies and further improve the economy scale with an already large user base. And they plan to introduce a ZK rollup version of the layer 2.finance. They were really happy to launch a layer 2.finance v0.1 that was launched on the Ethereum mainnet, preventing DeFi from reaching mass adoption, the extraordinary high transaction fees, and being very difficult to navigate and use. Now, layer 2 finance is a novel solution that allows people to access the existing DeFi protocols at a fraction of the cost by acting like a DeFi public transportation system with Celer's advanced layer 2 rollup technology. Multiple people split the cost of individual layer 1 DeFi transaction in a completely trust-free and non-custodial way. enabled by unified strategic abstraction, layer 2 finance community build, and community host turnkey. UI provides a simple one-stop shop experience for users to navigate the increasingly complex DeFi landscape. Like I said, this was big, and it still is. It's still really important to how far Celer Network has come. So that's Celer Network. That's what they focus on. Fast network, secure, low cost, interoperable. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. And of course, I will see you in my next video.